Redneck Garage. Thought I would go out driving the Jeep around a little bit on a pretty Saturday on the Natchez Trace Parkway, and one thing that I realized after driving it the other day is I've got a problem with the Jeep. It feels like sometimes there's no power, and it feels like the front end shaking a little bit. What do you think that could be? After getting out and smelling a horrendous brake smell, I think I know exactly what it is. I've got a caliper that's sticking on the front end, which is no bueno. Now, why is it sticking? I don't know, but we're going to examine that. And let me give you a little catch up on everything else that's going on. Okay, so here's where we're at. Remember the other day I took the Jeep up to Nashville to look at one of the new Mavericks. That was awesome. I enjoyed looking at it, meeting Mike Levine, who's the communications director of North America for Ford, right? When I was driving back, it felt like the Jeep had a little bit lack of power, and it felt like the wheels were pulling one way a little bit more. And when I came to a stop, it took a lot more effort to get it to get moving again, and I could feel it. So once I got out at home, I could smell the brakes. So I knew that one of the calipers was sticking. Now, if you want to know which one it is, you can take a garden hose or a spray bottle and go around, and the one that blows steam off of it when you hit it with a spray bottle, that's probably going to be the one that's overheating and causing it to stick. Side note on the Maverick, I got a phone call from the dealer the other day, and I ordered it in early August, and he said that you can probably expect to see your order in February or March. So you're basically looking at, to get a hybrid, that's looking at like 8 months to get this vehicle that they advertise. So I'm not that happy about that. I think it's kind of a bait and switch. You know, they're advertising this 40 mile per gallon truck. It's awesome. That's the base model, $20,000, and they haven't even sold one or delivered one, not one. They're selling a lot of the EcoBoosts. They're actually delivering those to dealers, and then they're calling up people saying, this is what my salesman said, is if you want to switch it over to the EcoBoost, you'll probably get it sooner. So, I mean, that's kind of sketchy, truthfully. But hopefully I'll get it at some point. I don't have to have it, so we're just waiting on that. Now, as far as the Jeep goes, I contacted my good friend Mitch Pope at Rough Country, and I said, you know what, I'm ready to start working on the Jeep. The Toyota, give me a second, I'll get to that. The Jeep, I want to go ahead and put a 2.5 inch lift kit on, set me up with whatever I need, and he did, and it's supposed to be here in a couple days. So I'm going to start doing a frame restoration. If you've got a Jeep and you've never done anything to the frame, you may want to watch this series, because I'm going to try to save this Jeep from rusting out to oblivion. And I'm going to put on a Rough Country lift on it, which I'm excited about. So we'll go through that here in a little bit of looking at all the stuff that I need, probably the order to get in to start on the frame restoration on it and get the lift kit ready to rock. As far as the Toyota goes, I found some fuel injectors, but they are being shipped and they're taking a while because that is really hard to find. They are rebuilt. I bought 2 rebuilt ones. I've got 2 good ones that came from the truck. So hopefully using those, it's a super weird injector. It's a low ohm injector. One of the viewers actually commented on that, and they were 100% right. This is actually the muffler, which actually could probably use replacing, but it looks like it's missing a rear skid plate. Maybe it's been cut off or something. Heck, I don't know. I'm going to have to look at it really closely. Right, the 88 truck had a weird injector, and it was a low ohm, and so I found one place that had some rebuilt ones, so I ordered a couple for $100. They're 50 bucks a piece. And I will be back on the Toyota, at least putting that together, get it running again before we do the body work. So let's go back to the Redneck Garage and take a look at the frame on the Jeep. Where am I at? What are we going to do with the lift kit? And what's going on with the brakes? All of these are going to be separate videos, but today I'm trying to get them all together, saying here's where we're going to head with the Jeep JK. The Natchez Trace Parkway is a really beautiful drive, especially in the late fall when all the leaves start changing. So in a couple weeks, I'll probably revisit this area because it will be absolutely just spectacular. As far as the frame goes, it's not too bad. These mounts are gone. Right here, you can see that the rubber's just kind of non-existent. The frame itself is not too bad. There's some surface rust here and there. When I feel inside, there's not a lot of rust inside of it. It doesn't look too awful bad. The skid plate's got a lot of rust right here, so I'll have to get it off of here and see how it comes out. I've got another one from Rough Country coming. Either I'll cover it up or just try to replace it with that one. When I start doing the frame and I get the wheels off, then I'm going to go ahead and go through the brake system, probably put either new rotors or some pads on it, make sure that it's not warped out, because they're kind of grody looking right there. This is actually the muffler in the back, and I believe there was actually a skid plate or a covering on it, and there's a heat shield that's loose up inside here. Looks like right there. I don't know if you can see it. So I'm going to have to figure out what's with that, and if I'm going to replace the muffler, because it looks like it's getting split in it anyway. When I was talking to Mitch about the lift kit, he said, well, I don't know how big of tires you're going to go with. And truthfully, I thought about going with the 33s like the TJ that I had. Now, the only thing I don't like about these is the width of them, because I'm going with factory wheels. But I did, on the back of it, on the back of this one, for the spare tire, because I wanted the same diameter, I put a 33 by 1050, and it looks really good with the factory wheels. And I think this is the tire size that I'm going to go put on this JK, because I think I like the width of that better than these, which are a little bit wider, the 1250s. Here's something that I didn't see before. You can see this janky silicone here and here. The bottom ends have been taken off of this engine, and I don't know why, especially if it's got 61,000 miles. There's a very slight oil leak. Nothing to be that concerned about as far as that goes, but I do wonder about that bottom end of the motor. The mystery of the engine continues. Everything else lines up as far as like the head castings. That goes to an 08 Wrangler. This makes me think like this was a used motor that they put into it. Maybe they ran it out of oil, maybe something else happened. I have no idea. So I'm trying to research the old owners, and if I can get any information, I'll let you know. So that's where I'm at with this. Okay, so the frame itself is in really good shape compared to some that I've seen. There's some surface rust, the skid plate's got some issues in it, but overall, it's not in that bad a shape. Now, I've got the lift kit coming. I think it's going to actually be here tomorrow from Rough Country. My friend Mitch got that sent over quick ASAP, and I'm going to start looking at replacing the springs and cleaning all that up. So that's going to be our next steps. I've ordered some internal frame cutting from Eastwood, some rust converter, and some other stuff like that. So we're going to hit this frame hard and get moving on it. And maybe I'll get some information on the prior owner. Who the heck knows? But that's going to be the game plan as far as going forward. So if you've got a Jeep and your frame kind of looks like this one, this is going to be what I recommend you doing to preserve it, to keep it going, and to keep it from rusting out in the future. So keep watching. I'm David from the Redneck Garage. Keep turning wrenches.